The origins of discourse analysis. Harris, in 1952, described a method of understanding or exploiting text, right? A method for the analysis of the connected speech or writing for continuing descriptive linguistics beyond the limit of a single sentence at a time and for correlating culture and language. So this is how Harris defined discourse analysis. One thing that it is beyond one sentence, and other thing that it combines correlate culture as well as language. So we do not get meaning from the language, the components of the language, the forms of the words and the structure and the semantic. Rather, we look at that linguistic entity with reference to its culture in which it is found. The word discourse is usually defined as language beyond the sentence, and so the analysis of discourse is typically concerned with the study of language in text and conversation. So this obviously text is more than a single sentence and conversation is more than a single utterance. So we take text from different sources, novel, speeches, we take text from books, articles, and similarly conversation taking place between two friends within a small group, or it may be in an interview, and then we try to understand. First we look at their language, and then we relate it to the culture in which that is found. So as language user, we are capable of more than simply recognizing correct versus incorrect forms and structures. So we use language and we know which structure is correct and which structure is incorrect. But even then, we do understand more than that. We can cope with the fragments in newspaper headlines, such as, for example, we get the headlines. You see in the newspaper that generally headlines are fragmented. They are not complete sentences, right? For example, you may find such a headline: trains collide to die. So we understand that the cause of the two deaths is the collision of the train. So we don't need any longer sentence to understand the meaning. So with the help of these two short phrases, we have understood that what the news is about. Similarly, no shoes, no service. So with these two phrases, we can easily comprehend that at a certain place, if somebody is not wearing any shoes, he or she will not be served, right? So with these phrases, we are able to comprehend a lot of meanings. There are two domains of language: text, that consists of sentences. Text is a message coded in auditory or visual medium, essays, notices, or road signs, etc. And then discourse, interpersonal activity, transaction between speaker and hearer. When we are engaged in a conversation, we are transacting both the speaker and the hearer. We are exchanging, right? Written as well as spoken message, interviews, commentary, speeches, etc. So we can conclude that discourse analysis is the study of how stretches of language used in communication assume meaning, purpose, and unity for their users, the quality of coherence. So it is discourse analysis which help us know what actually we communicate to each other through text or through conversation, right? And we know the coherence of the messages by understanding the different components of the language, which we discuss in the discourse analysis of any piece of writing, be it written or be it oral.